Hmm. Native monarch. They're so native. Why aren't they here? Hmm. Oh, the sulfur pits. There we go. Exactly what I was looking for. Damn right they don't. Alright. I just need primals. The primals are Emerald Stair. I think I have a good idea where they're at.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Parvati.
You watching the Aetherwaves last night? You know that slick-looking spacer from All My Colonists? They got her playing the Queen of the Marauders.
Do you think maybe I could borrow that sometime?
Sure, why not? Um,
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain. Please avoid damaging your...
no, I didn't want to take her off of it. leather.
Take him down! That's the last of him!
I don't think this is it. Ten strips of primal leather. In the Emerald Vale region? Yeah, exactly what I'm doing. Oh, I've only collected 5. Okay. Oh, there's primal leather and primal hide. Got it.
One down.
Press him up.
I smell blood!
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy. I'm just looking for more primals. I know where more are. Let's see, I get over there. Do 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 do. I don't know what I've been told, but I'm after some more gorillas, which they call them primals, because they're like primal apes. They don't know what they've been told, other than they need to kill some people. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year.
Nice warm-up.
There we go. And now we will return to the ship. Yeah. And we'll get some good armor.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix,
I'm
they're
not.
in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Do, 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 do. Take Felix off. Give me both of them. Do, do.
I love Byzantium.
What can I do for you, darling? I've been thinking of a name for this new outfit. Chimera. Crafted from the hides of 3 species of monster. While you were gone, I put in an order for one of my bespoke lapels. Solid gold, diamond encrusted. If it doesn't have one of my lapels, it's not a Jolicoeur original. Those slackwits at HPS are holding my parcel while they wait for a signature. Bureaucracy is so utterly insufferable. Be a dear and retrieve it for me.
Sure thing.
Wonderful! I'm giving you authorization to retrieve this parcel on my behalf. You truly are my savior, darling.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square?
Let's go get the parcel.
Hortense yelled at me about Big.
I'm on my legally allotted break. Really, I'm...
I don't care about your break, dude.
A fine day for parcel pickups, isn't it? Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of accuracy. Halcyon Parcel Service is the most dependable parcel delivery service in the colony. You might even say we're part and parcel of Halcyon's commercial enterprise. That's just a little parcel joke. Nope, just parcels. We don't deal in packages. It's very technical. Halcyon Parcel Service strictly adheres to the standards and definitions of packaging as outlined by the Executive Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. We can ship all the parcels you want. But if I start shipping packages, I could get into some real trouble. Handcuffs and hard labor trouble. If you would like to sign for a parcel, please go to window B.
Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service, where all parcels are guaranteed to be delivered within acceptable margins of certainty. How may I be of assistance? Let me just look that up for you. It appears that a parcel for Ms. Jolicoeur, Celeste is currently out for delivery. It was, and now it's being delivered. Let me see here. A parcel for Jolicoeur, Celeste is being delivered to 316 Rockwell in the Byzantium Estates. Thank you for allowing HPS to be your only option today.
Whatever, UPS. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it real good.
I'll sue every technician and employee.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Van Hill. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Look here.
You are unable to deliver your parcel as requested. Your parcel is being returned to the gate at... Oh my gosh.
Not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here even.
Everything's got a price.
Very much. A soft, sour, candy shell aroma.
Halcyon Parcel Service is proud to be the colony's only parcel delivery service. How may I be of assistance? I must respectfully ask that you calm down, please. Parcels must be picked up at window A.
Burning the midnight oil, are we? The Halcyon Parcel Service's work is never done. How may I be of assistance? Of course, if you could just verify for me that you are Jolicoeur, Celeste, or an officially authorized proxy. Everything seems to be in order. Here you are, one parcel. I hope this has been a pleasant and satisfying transaction.
No,
Halcyon
it
Parcel
hasn't.
Service thanks you for your patronage.
It's been a pain in the butt. Being held here, delivered there.
I'm afraid I can't come down
Purpleberry
here.
crunch, Chippertail cakes, and purpleberry flavored power nuggets. Now with frosted
Stick my finger in this socket. Go into that socket.
I've always loved this.
Hey, careful. Don't go running around in the middle of a crime scene. You mean Ms. Jolicoeur? She was reported for practicing a subversive aesthetic. We found her in her office, working on something perverse. She didn't cooperate, so we had to put her down. Never took her for a dissident sympathizer. Byzantium security regrets any disruption to regular flow of commerce. However, cultural and moral hygiene must always be maintained. Byzantium cultural standards are enforced by Universal Defense Logistics. Universal Defense Logistics, your first and last line of defense in the war against sedition.
Well, at least the armor's still mine. Yeah. Still have not watched the quest yet. Dialogue? Oh, that is spiffy. Much protection as standard heavy armor. Wow. Sad, really.
I love Byzantium.
Much cooler. So, welcome back, YouTube. It's been a while. It has been a while. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Oh, yeah. That's right. We want to go talk to some Parions.
Is Mayfield still drinking? You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill. I oughta. Kept me alive this long. I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench. Look, it's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it. Is it me, or could each of these homes fit all of Edgewater inside? Cannery and all. There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial-grade cleaning solvent in desperation.
If I remember, I'm supposed to be like rude and stuff.
Marilyn, is that you?
Laws, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we?
Wow.
Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble. There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right? Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors. He's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather substantial.
You
What? Talking about making.
Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report back that I'm very much alive and kicking.
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
Why did you do that?
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
What the hell? This whole world is fucked up.
The neighbors would talk, and not in a good way.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks. Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind. She hasn't changed a bit, I see. That's it? You just want us to disappear now? Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
It's okay, Ellie. I got your back.
What in the void did you do? I didn't like how things went down either, but did you have to go and kill them? Me being mad doesn't mean I wanted you to murder them. You're on your own now. Consider my debt to you forgotten and canceled. It sure better be. Now go! Yeah, huh?
Well, that's what I get for having her back. Just the gooch. Wait.
Let's just put this unpleasantness behind us.
Oh, could you please leave quietly now?
Let's talk outside.
I don't want to talk outside. I want to just be good to you.
Can we talk?
Oh, now you want to talk.
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. I thought they'd be scandalized. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and
Alright, let's see.
I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either, the leather's fake but the scars are real, or, oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob. I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain. I'd love to know how you describe getting kneecapped. But I want to talk about me now. Unless you mean the kind who'll look out for you to blink so they could swipe your bits. The galaxy's not exactly crawling with those. Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like... Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
Oh.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves. Something on your mind?
Let's do it. Let's screw the parents over.
Out of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie.
Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space? Look, it's just Ellie.
My dear fellow, suffered. Why, the loafers working our factory lines are practically robbing us.
It's even worse for us, my good man. Our workers, if one can call them that, keep losing fingers. How are we to make a bit?
Wretched, isn't it? I don't have time for this.
Got my sights on you.
That episode from a few weeks ago was supposedly based on a real incident.
You mean the one where the dissidents blew up an orphanage? That's awful.
Thank the law we live in Byzantium, right?
Sure. The sole letter in this mailbox is addressed to the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. Letters office in Fallbrook on the planet Monarch.
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
Anti-cleos, antibiotics.
Down there, the new ship. Doesn't look like any of the corporate freighters.
But what would they be doing here? And how did they ever get permission to land?
Perhaps we'll finally get some excitement after all.
I gave you some excitement earlier, don't you remember? Shut up the whole town. I guess it just wasn't good enough for him. You know? You know.
Crew report. Ioka is drunk. Surprise.
No challenge is too large, no mess is too small.
Good to see you, boss.
Ioka is drunk. Surprise. Time to go to Fallbrook on Monarch. Oh yeah.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Probably gonna have to get a coffee at work tonight.
This looks like the place. Ready to get my...
Well, well. Aren't you the very picture of good health and sound decision making? However, we can't make good decisions all the time. Consider whoopsie-daisy coverage. Please note that to make a claim under this policy, you must describe your error in detail before a panel of relatives over the age of 65. And also note that doing so nullifies the privacy and dignity clause. I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
Are you serious?
Well, we interviewed the parents extensively. They had plenty of awkward childhood stories that illustrated their daughter's clumsiness and capriciousness.
Hey, those are entirely made up.
Furthermore, the claim spurred a whole line of fashion-related policies. It's become a very lucrative market. You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork. Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd, theoretically, add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
I kind of almost want to say she's not dead.
Of course she is. The paperwork says so.
I like to think she's dead in spirit, but technically, legally, and regretfully, I'm still Marilyn Fenhill.
That's impossible. By all accounts, she was an elegant and classy woman with impossibly fine bone structure. That couldn't possibly be you.
That's gotta be the nicest thing anyone's said to me in a long while.
That's for the best. What can I do for you? I'm afraid I still can't help you. If we let every friend, relative, and... That's for the best.
Okay. Pardon me.
I can take a hint. Real slick.
If I was to jump over here. Records. Entertained into a Jones wager and several chaps. That's proper framework. Years. Lost 3 fingers. Holy cow. Denied? Someone was approved. This is saw 16-J lost several digits due to careless and negligence. Failed to heed fairly. Huh. Create a new beneficiary cap. Removing Theodore Fenhill. Witherspoon from beneficiary list. Successful. All future payouts will.
I need a word.
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it. I've never been prouder to stand back and watch someone else work. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.
Come on, I thought we were celebrating. You want me to think about the future?
Maybe you haven't noticed, but you can't even count on a bribe making it into the right pocket. What's the point of planning for anything around here? Hate to say it, but Halcyon's already there. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee. Could have fooled me with all your tough talk. What's gotten into you? I always thought it meant we get used to the smell of each other's dirty socks. But you really do see a rosier version of things, huh?
We're better off when you're part of a team.
Well, I've got a few years of experience that would suggest differently. Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests. It's nothing personal. It's just the closest thing I've got to a code. Anyway, enough of the touchy-feelies, huh? Something on your mind?
You must be back for our Act of the Architect policy. Be advised that any claim submitted under this policy must include actual proof of an actual deity as well as their complicity in your personal misfortune.
Ouch. Alright, let's see. So alright, let's go do that one. Run out of quests here.
Back for a rest? Space adventuring is tiring work.
Yes, it is, Ada. Yes, it is. No! It moved on me.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Let's do it. Actually, I want to keep you.
You think the Privy's gold-plated too?
logs. Compromised. I received a message that an unauthorized user was looking through the files on my Stadia terminal. Maybe someone murdered. With 2 firing brain cells, maybe not. Oh, brother. I hope whoever it is understands that the sacrifice made on Monarch and HRS 1084 serves a higher purpose. One day, when all of us have attended a new state of being, humanity may forgive my sins. My worst suspicions are confirmed. HRS 1084 was ransacked. Who knows what became of the suspension tanks? My team. As usual, my handlers on the board are no help until I deliver results that can replicate package and dispense to the general population. I desire only silence, pardon me, silence and obedience from the likes of me. Another relocation. Circumstances are hardly optimal at the primary and secondary labs. Political inability pulled Cascadia out from under me, and some combination of cabin fever and paranoia. Sour. HRS 1084. Perhaps my home in Steadfast Byzantium will offer the retreat I need. Though I miss working alongside colleagues, I know that I hardly deserve the ones I so enjoyed, the ones I lost. Work continues in isolation and loneliness, perhaps as it should. Oh, pardon me. Ever since our species became aware of itself, we impose our superiority on the worlds we touch. Journalism worked for a time. Colonism. But our oldest trick didn't work on Halcyon, did it? Now we are the ones who must bow to a force greater than ourselves. We are the ones who must adapt. Update. Wine makes me too introspective. Perhaps I'll balance it out with vodka. Ooh. Trigger's getting high. C is for Pookie. That's good enough for me.
That's top of the line equipment. Better than most hospitals, even.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside? You're in my house, and I'm not fucking around. Start talking.
If anyone ever tries to off me, I hope they do it with the same professional courtesy.
Hagen? I've never heard of her. Is she from the board? Damn it. I knew this would happen. To keep me quiet. But if you didn't know that, I'm guessing they didn't send you. I always assumed they would put a bullet in my head one of these days. I don't know anyone named Hagen.
That's a gentlemanly way of putting it, Captain. She's obsessed with aliens.
This is utter nonsense. I've never even been to Groundbreaker.
1084.
What happened to the team? Tell me you didn't move their suspension tanks. Small consolation. My team, the finest minds of their generation, reduced to salvage. We were trying to prove that the colony could survive the crisis bearing down on us.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving. The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. Not for lack of trying. I wanted to save them all, but I wasn't strong enough.
Our valuable scientists to...
I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
Of course they are.
Imagine losing something with that many guns on it. How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace.
Collins might get a bully.
The board also has its brand to uphold. If you can't trust the brand, what else is there?
To adapt the entire population.
Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off halcyon crops.
Knowing what the board considers a success, that doesn't give me a lot of hope.
You really think the board got our best interests at heart? I mean, they say, but I'm just not sure.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying. You came to kill me. I assume that's still on the table. Please don't. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
I try not to, least when it comes to the moral dilemmas. Lilia Hagen's a useful ally to have, but I'll back you up either way.
Everything I did was for the good of the colony. Consider that.
It seems like she's trying to help, Captain. Honest help. Ain't many in the colony doing that. We should let her try.
I hope you know what you're doing, Captain. I leave it in your hands. The one on the wanted posters? They say he's an anarchist. A madman, a butcher. I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Doctor!
What choice do I have, Commander? If working with Wells is the only way I can save the colony, then I will damn well do it. I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive. Wrong answer.
Here they come!
Oh, you just messed up. Shit.